ThedaCare Pediatrician Abby Smolcich says one reason why this flu season could be a bad one is because of Australia's influenza report.
We do use data and information from the southern hemispheres to kind of help us predict what we could expect to see here during our cold and flu season.
Australia had its worst flu season in 5 years. Cases were 3 times higher than average, according to government reports. Brittanie Pinter with Bellin Health says another reason for a predicted severe season here, the lack of masks.
With the increased masking we have seen and social distancing, we've seen fewer cases of influenza. This year, places have lightened up on those maskings and the social distancing policies.
Both health officials agreed the best way to protect yourself and others from the flu is to get the vaccine.
And then really good hand washing. If you are sick, staying home, trying not to spread illness and things like that.
Anyone who is older than 6 months old is eligible for a flu shot. Young kids and older people are the most at risk if they get sick. Smolcich says this year there's a new recommendation for those 65 and older.
It is recommended that they get the higher dose and the adjuvanted flu vaccine. That's going to give extra protection for our older members of our community.
According to the CDC, it takes about 2 weeks after getting the shot for your body to build up defenses against the flu. Peak flu season hits between December and February.
Anytime in September, October, November are great times to get your flu vaccine.
Severe weather forced the Menominee, Michigan School District to postpone the return to in-person learning.
Right now, I don't want to give a timeline because every time we seem like we have things going our way, right, something seems to trip us up on that. And
weeks later, there is still no timeline for when kids will return to classes.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 9, a little late because of baseball. Some students in Menominee, Michigan have been taking classes virtually after their school was flooded last month. Parents have been frustrated at the lack of communication, they say, from district officials. Here is a timeline for you breaking down the events. On August 1st, a heavy rainstorm damaged the second floor of the middle and high school buildings. On the 17th, students in grades 9 through 12 were told to begin the school year virtually. August 29th was supposed to be the first day. It had to begin online, however, because of flooding. Just yesterday, the district sent an update saying the middle and high school buildings would not be ready to return to in-person learning on Monday. Students will remain virtual. Fox 11's Nick Harrington spoke one-on-one with the superintendent in this Project Education report.
With caution tape blocking entrances and dumpsters on scene, it has parents furious wondering what the rest of 2022 holds.
it's taken a little longer than what they anticipated. Can you imagine trying to clean a whole high school?
Menominee Area Public School Superintendent Richard Saru is no longer confident students will learn in person this Monday. This Facebook post says they will not provide an anticipated date for face-to-face instruction.
Do you expect that by the end of the calendar year, there will be in-person learning for these students?
I expect it to be sooner than that. I mean, we're really pushing them to get in there. We're looking at getting more crews in there. We're looking at to speed this up. However we can speed it up, that's what we're going to do.
The holes to the roof are part of an HVAC system being installed. Tin covers over them collapsed, prompting the flooding of the second floor. From there, tiles needed to be replaced. Around the same time, Saru says minute asbestos was on the first floor.
And are the construction crews in the school right now?
No, not yet. We just got the word yesterday that the area that they can get back into to finish up the job, in which they don't have much to finish up, that all those tests came back good. So actually Monday we'll be reaching out to them and asking them to come back.
He understands frustration from parents, some telling us off camera their children have missed a lot of time physically in school due to COVID-19 and this situation. But work still needs to be done, saying safety is above all else.
We have some intrusions that we're going to have to cover up for the fire marshal, and then we have some ducting to finish and some tiling to finish. So, and then we're putting in some new safety areas coming into the building that we could put the windows in yet.
The district looked at alternative buildings for in-person learning, but haven't found a fit.
Going to be packed around Lambeau Field this weekend, and honestly, they seem to be pretty prepared for the crowds that are coming in. Things will be kicked off by Luke Combs this weekend, actually starting tonight with another show being tomorrow. Also happening tomorrow on Saturday, Trains concert right outside of Lambeau Field. Now, this is all going to be wrapped up by the marquee event of the weekend, that, of course, being Packers versus Bears on Sunday nights. Now, Northeast Wisconsin typically sees about $15 million in economic impact during each Packers home game.
Stadium View manager Kelly Hewitt sums up perfectly what this weekend will be like.
Absolute chaos, which we love.
In business for 30 years, the bar near Lambeau Field has seen large crowds before, but events this weekend have led to a different setup.
We've got full game day setup both days, Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be like a home Packer game Saturday and Sunday. And we're prepared as much as we can be.
She says they're doing all right with staffing, but you never know what can happen on any given day. Still, they'll be able to host the large crowds.
I don't even know the number of bouncers that we have on, but we have our security, our setup, the bars. We have to bring in more staff just for Packer games, coordinating with the stage and the band.
Financially, she expects this weekend will outpace a typical Packer home game.
Bears is our biggest rival, our oldest rival. They travel very well. Plus, we got Luke Combs, people coming in for all over for that.
We should see a little bit of a bump because of the increased traffic just around businesses.
Nick Meisner with Discover Greenbay feels the same about the economic impact. With hotels in Greenbay around 98% full, he's thrilled Luke Combs' 2 sellout shows are taking place this weekend.
I think it's really fun that it lands on the same weekend, and there's a lot of crossover of Luke Combs fans, Packers fans. So those coming to Green Bay for the first time really get a full view of everything that can be done here.